Hey guys, thank you for watching Sniper's Garage. On this episode, I'm going to show you how I salvaged this gas tank that was almost completely shot inside. And then I'm putting the front clip on the motorcycle. It's hidden right now. It's already done. I can't wait to show you. So check it out. To start, I'm going to measure all my mounting points and make a template of the pieces I need to make. I actually have a piece of angle I got off the job site that was a piece of scrap metal. And I cut it out to the width, and I found out it's not going to work because it's just not tall enough. So I'm going to cut it, make it two pieces. Now I don't have to worry about the heights of the mounting points. Now I'm taking the cutoff piece, just taking the burr off the grinder, and I'm also going to take it and put the center point marks from my template and drill those pilot holes and bore them out to 1/4 inch so it has a little bit of floating room in between the brackets. I started making this template in a piece of steel for the bottom piece, but I quickly realized I'd used a 1/4 inch aluminum. Not only can I tap into it, but the countersink of the bolts I'm using will not sit flush on that piece of steel. Once all these are drilled to 1/4 and countersunk, I'm going to install it on the bike, and then I have a TC250 front fender from Husqvarna that I'm going to install on this bike along with the headlight. So when I'm installing this front fender, I'm going to put the two brackets on. I'm going to lay the fender nice and center, and I'm going to mark the holes so they're the correct height off the bottom to the top. Okay, once these are done, I'm going to install some U-clips. With now the U-clips installed, I put the front fender mounted on using the bottom bracket and the top, and I can line everything up to drill the bottom two bolts. Drilling them with a certain tack kit, so every tap has a certain size drill bit they recommend using. Too big of a bit will make too big of a hole for the tap. Too small will be very hard to tap or break a tap inside. So at first I drill it, then I tap one side, I install the bolt. After that bolt's inside, I can move on to the other side so it doesn't move and put two bolts off where they won't be center. The headlight is super easy to install. It drops into the fender. There's two little slits that it presses down into, and then two rubber straps that it came with. This is just an Amazon special, and it's going to work great. To make it a little cleaner, I mark out the bracket wherever it sticks out for the bottom triple tree. I'm going to cut that out and reinstall it. It's not too big of a process. Just cut it with the bandsaw and taking the grinder and cleaning up a little bit and putting it back on the bike without touching anything else with it ever again. Moving on, we're going on to the gas tank now. This is the original condition of the gas tank. It was very rusted, very pitted. So I'm adding 2 gallons of white vinegar, and I'm also adding metal BBs from a BB gun. So these BBs are very important. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use them to break up all the rust and break up all the original seal coating that was inside the gas tank from factory. It's now shot, so you want to get as much as you can out. And now I'm going to let it sit for around 24 to 36 hours. I'm going to shake it up every few hours, just to try to break it up a little bit, move the vinegar around, not let it sit too much in one place with the BBs. Now, this is about 24 hours in. Afterwards, I shake it up one more time, and I empty it out. I filled up both vinegar cans again, and every time I shook this up, I put it in a different position, so laying on its top, laying on its bottom. I'm using baking soda and water. It's kind of a neutralized acidity of vinegar so it doesn't keep on rusting. I'm going to fill that out once it's empty, shake it up a little bit more, and dump it out. I do this process 2 to 3 times with the baking soda and then just start cleaning it out with pure water. Now, if you take a look, you can see how murky this is once you shake it up. Once you let it sit, it kind of dissipates and only comes out with the water. So you want to keep moving it around as you empty out the gas tank. The reason it's taking so long is I still have the filter in there because the metal BBs I want to save and keep using throughout the process. If I dump out all the water, the BBs are going to come out with it, which I'm trying to avoid. If I had a strainer, I could have dumped it out and keep dumping the BBs back into it, but I didn't have one on me, and I didn't want to wait another 24 hours with vinegar in the gas tank, so I'm just going to keep this process going. I did this around 5 to 6 times, and then I rinsed it out with a hose at the end. I don't have that on video, but I'm just showing you the process I use to clean out the gas tank in my garage. Now, I repeat this process till the water comes out clean and not murky and no more sediments like this. I then run heat, which is a fuel injector cleaner, just to dissipate the moisture in the gas tank, or you can use some alcohol or whatever you want to use. And then I add a little bit of Marvel's Mystery Oil, protect it from future oxidation. along with the fender and the light. I did get these fork guards off a 94 KX250, which this front end is off of, and installed them as well. And now that everything's coming together, this bike is starting to look like a dirt bike, but I have a lot more expensive parts to be putting into this, and I don't have the biggest budget. So bear with me until the next video, and I'll give you an explanation why I'm not putting $1,000 into this at the time.
Thank you guys for watching Slappy's Garage. It's really looking like a Dirtster now. I'm really excited with the way this front clip looks and that I can actually salvage this gas tank. I have a couple more weeks on my next video, so in between I'm going to have a little surprise for you guys, so keep tuned in to Slappy's Garage for my next upcoming motorcycle adventure.